promises to be the hottest bank holiday on record, and we're here at Ditchford Lakes and Meadows, which lies between the towns of Rushden and Wellingborough. It's around 8 in the morning and it's hot already. As the name would suggest, Ditchford is a patchwork of lakes, grass meadows, but also areas of woodland with mature trees. It's a pretty good reserve for bird life, but it's excellent for insects of all kinds, and that's what we've come here, principally to film today, especially the dragonflies. I always think that Ditchford has a bit of a prehistoric look to it, with many gnarled, long dead trees that rise up out of the water. Ditchford now has a connection with the vast Rushden Lakes project. Rushden Lakes is a huge shopping and leisure facility, with many shops, a brand new multi-screen cinema, a sports and recreation lake, and you can follow a nature trail from here to Ditchford Lakes and Meadows. There's also many places to eat and drink. There's also the Wildlife Trust Nen Wetlands Visitor Centre here. We noticed that since last time we were here, certain parts of the reserve are now restricted, unless you're with a guide or volunteer. We make our way through the cattle gate into the meadow area, which is grazed by cattle. There is some bird life to see. Wood pigeon, mallard, cormorant, and skeins of Canada geese fly overhead. Also, mute swan. This is a racing pigeon. Heron, great crested grebe, and black-headed gull. But as I mentioned earlier, we've come here to see what insect life we could film, and especially dragonflies. And as the sun climbs higher, there's plenty of insect life on view. Common wasps forage among the wildflowers. And of course, myriad hoverflies, and this species of horsefly, which is capable of giving quite a nasty bite. There's a few butterflies on view, namely green vein white and speckled wood. At Ditchford, we've often seen carp rising to the surface, but none today, just these sticklebacks. And making ripples on the surface of the water, there are numerous aquatic insects, such as water boatmen and pond skaters. And at last, some dragonflies. This is a male ruddy darter, distinguishable from a male common darter by a much more tapered abdomen, a dark reddish-brown thorax, and red eyes and mouth parts. This is a male, but the females are much harder to distinguish between common darters. This is a male common darter, with its yellow and red thorax. The ruddy darters fly from June to October, but common darters can fly from May to December. But by far, the most numerous species here today are male migrant hawkers, a much bigger species. The males have blue and black abdomens, and the females green and black. And here in the tree above me is a mating pair, with the male fertilising the eggs. The dragonflies are very active, but every now and then one will hover in the same place for a few seconds, allowing me to get the best in-flight footage I've ever got of these amazing creatures. They're a wonderful example of nature's design. They've been on the earth a long time, with the first species evolving around 300 million years ago. Well, that's about it from here at Ditchford. I'll leave you with the music and a last look at the migrant hawkers, and I'll see you next time.